Well, good afternoon and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. It's a nice bright sunny day here, but only about 12 degrees outside, so it's only about 20 degrees in the greenhouse because I've just had to turn the heater down to do this video. Now, what have you got in front of you? Well, I'm going to make a mount. Now I'm going to make a mount because one subscriber said there are a few Phragmipediums that are epiphytes, and they're all of the caudatum genus, and why don't you do one of those? So I thought, right, I'll make a mount first because I have a caudatum. It's only a small plant. I've had it sort of 12 months. I got it as quite a small seedling, and it wasn't doing very well at all. So I put it in the coconut husks. What did I do it? 7-8 weeks ago, something like that. So and that is the one that can be an epiphyte. Now, to say something about the Phragmipedium caudatum, a lot of people think it's a mixture of several species and subspecies, but just for today we'll just say it's a species plant. Not very easy to grow because you don't know whether you've got them as a lithotype or one that's growing in the humus on the forest floors, or whether it's growing on sort of northwest facing cliffs from Peru to Bolivia. They have beautiful flowers. They have with a mixture of sort of yellow, green and red in the makeup, so they're really nice. A bit like the Grandies I've been showing you, but much bigger flower and with all that different colouring. It's somebody like a temperature around about 28 centigrade and a winter temperature around about 14. And in winter they're like a high of about the same, but with a considerable drop at night time to around 9 or 10 centigrade. What else can I tell you about them? Oh yeah, with being lithotypes and they're not sure what they are, if you know what I mean, they need less water than other frags. So a quick drying compost will suit them best, but they always like to be damp, especially when you're growing them as a lithotype. Sorry, an epiphyte. Getting mixed up again. They don't need as much water as the ordinary frags that I've been showing you, but as I said, depending where they come from, whether they come from the forest floor and stuff like that, they do like it to be damp, and sometimes they like it to be very wet, so you're just taking a gamble on it all the time. Anyhow, let's have a look at this mount I'm going to make. Well, I've already started making it, and this is the piece of root off, I forget what they call the stuff. It's different, but it's specially for putting in aquariums. So it's quite, there's nothing on it that can poison anything. And this is the piece I'm going to use as a mount. And I cut that off from there. So we can get rid of this now because I'm not going to use it again, and we'll carry on making the mount. Well, what I've done is I've drilled a hole straight through the bottom there, all the way through, and I've also got a a 1 litre pot, drill the hole in there, another one straight through to there, and I've got a piece of wood that's just the thickness to fit through them. So we'll get the piece of wood, we'll thread it through the hole, then we'll thread it through the hole. No, we won't, we'll thread it through that hole first, won't we? Where are the holes? Oh, there they are. We'll thread that through the hole to start with. Then we'll thread it through the bit tight. Thread it through the hole I've made in there. And then out through the other wall. So as you can see, it's not very steady in the pot yet, so we're going to fill that up with some limestone chippings. Which will make it nice and firm. Stop any movement. Whoop, that's what I mean. Getting a little firmer now. That's not going to fall over anywhere. For the secateurs. Let's chop a bit off at the other end. And there we've got the mount. Well, I think I might just put this Dowiana on the mount. It should look very, very nice. Or I'll try and find something else that's just got new roots growing, and I'll put that one on as well. Well, not both together, but I'll make my mind up which one it is. I mean, the wood looks very, very good. See if I can get a close up to show you what it's like. Very knobbly, very knotty. Bit heavy, but plenty of places for roots to cling to. It's some type of cat root, and if you remember, I had this in the discus tank as a big piece when I fastened the phalaenopsis on it and had it dangling in the water. And yeah, that's another story. So if you have any ideas what will go nice on there, I'd like to hear from you. Now, I've got a plant there with a bad leaf. I'm just going to have a look at that one now. Just give it a little spray to remove all the dust. are. And I think that'll look very nice if I just, what you might call, garnish it with a little moss. So we'll just get the scissors and trim it round. There we are. And I think that looks very nice. Just ready for a mount of some description now. Right, now the only thing to do now is root around and try and find the caudatum. Well, here's a caudatum that I've had for 1 to 2 years, and it was pretty rootless 2-3 months ago, so I put it in this coco husks that I cleaned out, you know, microwaved it and made sure there was no salts into it, and I haven't had a look at it since. So depending on what I find in there is much depending whether I use it on the mount or whether I don't. So we'll just take it out of the pot and have a look at the, well, see if there is any root growth. I'll remove the label. You see, it's still got a white label in it. It's original white label. I haven't even put a black one in yet. Yeah, it's got 3 growths in this. I didn't think it had that. Let's have a look. Come on. The coconut husk there is still damp. I watered them, what, 3 or 4 days ago. It's still damp. That won't get done again, but as I said, these like to be damp, so we'll have a look at the, oh, there's some new root growth on it. Get the camera, just have a quick look. Right, as you can see, it's making a bonny little plant, this, and we've got new root growth. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4 new root growths, and some new root growths coming from the new growth there. Oh, another 2 round the back. Well, that is amazing. Well, that makes my mind up. I'm going to leave it in the coconut husk and not mount it. The only time a caudatum now is going to get mounted is when this gets a bit bigger. It needs splitting, and I'll probably put one of the divisions on the mount. Well, it wasn't a worthless effort making the mount, I don't think. Something else will fit on it, but this is definitely going back into the coconut husk. I think trying to mount this one will be asking for trouble. It's doing so well in here that it deserves to be left. As I said, they're not very easy to grow, but when one's growing like this, you just don't want to mess around with it. I mean, that coming from me, who messes around with most of everything, is strange, but I'm so pleased that this has grown some roots, and it's going to be left. Really the wrong way around here, aren't I, for viewing. Now it's a good job that I've got some more coconut husks, and I've been cleaning it now for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I had a look at this morning, and the one that I was soaking, well, I cleaned it and then I started soaking it in a strong solution of calcium nitrate, and when I tested, I hadn't touched it for a fortnight, but when I tested it for the TDS, it was well over 800. So I've rinsed it out again and put it in some more RO water, and I squeezed it all out into the RO water, and blimey, it was only down to 27 then. So I'm soaking it now in a lot more RO water, and for a lot longer, so we try and get it as near as non-TDH as possible. But that one I'm very pleased with. I'm very pleased I'm not mounting it, and we'll just leave it as it is, and just keep an eye on it. I'll have a look at this again in another few months' time, but very, very pleased with it. Well, that's about all for today, so thank you very much for watching. I'm looking forward to the ideas coming in of what I should mount on that one, and big thanks to my subscribers. They seem to be shooting up at the moment, I'm pleased to say. Just keep them coming, and until I see you next time, I'll see you later.